Hey everybody, day 34 of Confinement. Welcome. So today's video is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a little bit of a makeup for yesterday. Yesterday was supposed to be a video more about the making of the Everyday is the Weekend news and why that one had taken such a long time to put together and edit and caused me lots of sleeplessness. But I couldn't do the video that I intended because I originally had embedded a bit from George Carlin into it, and Facebook and YouTube didn't like that, so I didn't do it. And I had to make some massive edits and go with plan number 2, which was the toilet paper. Get it? Plan 2, the toilet paper. Anyway, so that's why you ended up with the alternate scene at the end. The original intention had been a whole sequence about why I had taken so long in referencing this George Carlin bit, but because the George Carlin bit had to be cut out, that segment didn't make any sense anymore, so I massively edited it. Anyway, today, because I have a history with George Carlin, I decided to do that bit, or do that segment, and do that bit. Now here's the backstory. Teddy, set the Wayback Machine for my childhood. When I was a kid, my mom had dozens and dozens and dozens of comedy albums. Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, Red Skelton, Bill Cosby, Robin Williams, Gallagher, George Carlin, and she'd listen to them in the house, and I would hear them. And I fell in love with them too. I mean, they were great. Now, granted, I was a little young for some of the concepts, definitely a little young for the language, but that really didn't affect me because I was kind of a goody-goody when I was young. Who knew, right? And because of that, I would not say a bad word. And my mother was the same way. She swears to this day that she never said the F word until she turned 40. And she said it once on that day, and I don't know that she's ever said it again. I've never heard her say it once, not even then, because she wasn't with me when she said it. So, I don't know. But I was the same way. I never said curse words. I didn't think curse words should be said. As a matter of fact, I remember the first time that I saw Goonies. Afterwards, my mother asked me if I liked it, and I said, well, yeah, but I don't think it was right that the director made the kids use the SH word. You know, and then we had a really long discussion about why the dialogue choices were incorrect and just there for shock value and didn't have any kind of real context or contribution to the story. I was a weird kid. What are you going to do? And eventually I ended up not having that same attitude anymore, but at that time I didn't want to say bad words, and I thought bad words were just for adults. So these comedy albums, I was like, okay, he's an adult, he can say that, that's fine, he's allowed to say bad words. And it got to the point where, I mean, I guess like kids do now, they watch Frozen over and over again and memorize all the dialogue, or they watch SpongeBob and memorize all the lines. It was the same thing with these comedy albums and me. I was memorizing all of the lines, and my mother would let me listen to them on my own, and I would take them in my room and I just listen to them over and over and over again. I memorized the Bill Cosby and George Carlin were the two ones that I really got into the most. Maybe Gallagher a little bit, not the sludge-o-matic stuff, but the intellectual stuff. And I memorized the dentist bit from Bill Cosby himself and the eating cake for breakfast. And you know, that's kind of the reason why the scandal with Bill Cosby really upset me, is because, you know, I felt like I shouldn't like his work anymore, but I kind of grew up with it and it was like embedded in my brain. And well, that's a whole other story, and it's something that we can discuss another time if somebody wants to discuss it. But for now, George Carlin, I also had a lot of his stuff memorized. I had the stuff bit, I had the baseball and football, sports, I had the 7 words you can't say on television, and I had the losing things bit. I'm thinking, well, since I can't put that bit in my video, I can perform that bit. And I figure might as well do that. So here's the backstory of what happened with the editing of the Every Day is the Weekend news. When I went to do the editing, it was going pretty smoothly. Everything had been laid out. I had a great big outline that had everything that needed to be done and how it needed to be done, where it needed to be sliced in and put in, and I was going, just zooming through it. I did the whole news segment, the whole news program, the whole news part of it, and all the embedded videos that were up in the corners. They were all stuck in and everything was good. The only thing I needed to do next was I needed to get the cameo stuff with Teddy and Siri. So I needed Teddy's bit in front of the chroma key, which admittedly took a little bit of time to learn because chroma key is not something that's inherently easy. But once I got the hang of it, no problem, all done. Teddy's bit was done. Let's go film Siri. This was going to be easy. This was supposed to be the easiest bit. This was just set up my phone on a table and take my iPad and take a picture, video of it happening. No problem, right? Well, it would have been no problem if I knew where my iPad was. Now, I've been using my iPad in conjunction with my phone for a long time because, you know, obviously you can't film your phone with your phone. That's like looking at your eyeball. You can't do it. You can't. So I have these two different devices that I can use, which is fine. But I knew I wanted to use the iPad to take pictures of the iPhone because this is an important bit for the comedy of the Everyday's the Weekend News segment. And I didn't want to cut it out. It was really good stuff. So I kept looking. I was looking everywhere, all over the house. Oh my God, everywhere. And this was going on forever. And it was like the losing things bit by George Carlin, which is this. So here's Losing Things with some minor modifications and additions and updating by me. 98% George Carlin, 2% me. I don't like to lose anything. I don't like to lose anything because where is it? That's basically the part that bothers me the most. I'm a practical guy. Where is it? I just had it. You know that feeling? It was just here. Where is it? I don't know. It's gone. That's true. It's lost. I know. Where could it be? Could be anywhere. Maybe it'll come back. Maybe, but not yet. Where do these things go? You know, there are things that I've lost that I don't even care if I ever get them back again. I just want to know where the fuck they went. And losing things is one of those situations in life that's even worse when you're a child. Much worse to lose something when you're a child because people get on you for it. Not only is the item gone, but you're catching shit from up here. You what? I lost my yo-yo. Well, where did you have it lost? Hey, if I knew that, I'd still have my yo-yo. Well, it must be somewhere. Right. Well, it didn't just get up and walk away. I always hated that one. It didn't just get up and walk away. One time, I lost the cat. It just got up and walked away. And she almost said it. Well, it didn't just get up and... Hey, Ma, I think you figured this one out. Where do things go when they're lost? You know what I think? I think that there is a big pile of things somewhere. I think that there is a giant, constantly changing pile of lost things somewhere. You lose something, it goes to the pile. Then you say, oh, there it is. Right back from the pile. And you didn't even know there was a pile. And where is the pile? In heaven, of course. It's gotta be in heaven. That's the first thing that happens when you get to heaven. They give you back everything you ever lost. That's the whole meaning of heaven. You get everything back. Okay, let's see. You have 79 pairs of sunglasses. Let's see, 212 unmatched socks. 3 very expensive earbuds. 105 really knockoff cheapy earbuds. And 4,694 ballpoint pens. We also seem to have found this jockstrap on the Millennium Bridge. It appears to have mule hoof prints and chocolate sprinkles on it. Must have been quite an evening. You get everything back. You get everything back. Well, not the big things. Good judgment, that never comes back. Your dignity? Facebook has their user agreement which says that you gave that up in perpetuity. Tonsils and appendix, they keep those for display purposes. Virginity, you don't get that back because you were in such a hurry to lose it in the first place. But you do get back all your wallets. You get back every wallet you ever lost. No cash, it's just like Earth. They keep the money for a prayer offering. But speaking of heaven, you know what else they have in heaven? They keep a list of every one of your forgotten passwords. Let's see. You have some simple ones here. Secret, password, too cool for school, draw sap. Oh, it's password backwards. How clever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. QWERTY, I love you, hello, let me in. Oh, some alphanumeric ones as well. Nipple for you. Sex 69. Do me from behind too. I type one-handed. My, what were you using these passwords for? Unfortunately, they also keep a permanent backup of all your deleted browser histories. So, yeah. Let's get back to losing things. You ever notice some people when they lose something, the first thing that they say is that it was stolen? That's their first reaction. Who stole it? It's an ego defense. They can't admit that they might have been stupid enough to have lost something. Had to be stolen. Even if it's something that nobody would ever really want. Hey, who stole my collection of used bandages? And they also got away with my nude pictures of Steve Buscemi. Did you ever notice that when you've lost something, the longer you look for it, the stranger the places get that you're looking? I mean, you will look in the goddamnedest places after a little while. And you have to. Why? Because you've already looked in the easy places. That's the first place you look, the obvious places. People will say, I've looked everywhere. Well, apparently not. The goddamn thing is still gone, isn't it? Let's keep looking in obvious places. I'll look in the furnace, you check the cesspool. You look in the strangest places. Do you ever find yourself looking for your car keys in the freezer? You have to. Why? They might be there. Wouldn't want to give up a perfectly obvious place like the freezer, would you? And you can picture them there. You can see them. That's what your mind is for. It's for picturing where you left your car keys. You can follow the logic all the way back to the supermarket. Okay, I got out of the supermarket. I had the frozen banana guacamole in my hand. I drove home. I got out of the car. I picked up the frozen banana guacamole. I had my keys in this hand. I came inside. I put the banana guacamole in the freezer. Probably just dropped my keys right there next to it. Let me just go look. Oh shit, they're not in there. I would have sworn that they were in there. And hey, who stole the frozen banana guacamole? You look in the strangest goddamn places. You ever find yourself looking in a suit you haven't worn in 10 years for something you just had 15 minutes ago? You have to. Why? 6 more pockets, wouldn't want to pass them up. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to say, I've looked everywhere. Also, while you're in the closet, check the watch pocket of your great-grandfather's World War I uniform. You just might have handed him the keys before the Battle of Verdun. Here's another thing that happens when you're looking for something. You ever notice when you're looking for something, you might be out in the garage, and every now and again, you have to come inside and look in the place where the thing ought to be. You'll go from the garage into the top drawer. Nope, not back yet. You're convinced that St. Anthony's going to put those keys back while you're in the garage. And of course, if you're looking for your car keys, your pocket is one place you have to look 600 or 700 times. You will wear out the cloth in your pocket. Let me just, okay, normally I'll just put my hand in here and they'll be right there. No, okay, maybe over here. No, I can't, they're not there. Okay, one more time, over here. No, okay. No, geez, just both sides maybe? Okay, no, not there. Okay, maybe if I, ha! Nope, can't sneak up on it. Okay, no. I know, maybe they fell up. Maybe they fell up and stuck to some bubble gum. Well, your imagination runs away with you. But those are easy. Those are common things. What if something unusual is missing? Like the couch. You ever come home and the goddamn couch is gone? Where's the couch? I don't know. It's gone. That's true. Where could it be? Could be anywhere. Maybe it'll come back. Maybe, no. Too big. Nothing over 6 feet ever comes back on its own. Well, it was here this morning. Of course it was here this morning. There'd be no sense in mentioning the fact that it isn't here now if it hadn't been here this morning. Fuck you! I'm tired of your analytical shit! Why don't you take your logic and go to bed? I can't. Why not? I sleep on the couch. So, just like he says in the video, I was looking everywhere, places that didn't make sense, places that made sense, under the bed, underneath the couches, in the cushions of the couches, under the mattress, inside closets that I haven't opened or seen anything and had no business being in. I even for a while thought that it had been stolen, which was legitimate considering that, I at one point last week had left the back door open, unlocked, and didn't realize it for a day. But I thought maybe somebody had come in and just stolen the iPad and then nothing else. I guess that's legitimate, but where could it be? I kind of dismissed it and went on looking. Looked and 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 looked. I looked in the freezer, like what George Carlin had to say, and it was making me crazy. My heart was beating so hard because it was less about losing the thing and not being able to do the thing that I really wanted to do. And I was frustrated and angry and disappointed, and in my just desperation, I was going to the cabinet to get out a bowl so I could, pour a bunch of, Twinkie flakes down my face. Yes, Twinkie does have a cereal. I don't know, it's a thing. And I pull out this bowl. I don't know how it got in there. You may think I'm making this up, but this is flat out, straight up the truth. This was in that bowl. I don't know why. I don't know how. I didn't put it there. I think Teddy was playing a prank on me, but seems unlikely, right? So yeah, that was the debacle that was trying to get everything finished. That's day 34 of confinement. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had a good day yourself. Remember, like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you tomorrow.
I don't like to lose anything. I don't like to lose anything. Because? Where is it? You see, basically that's the part that bothers me the most. I'm a practical guy. Where is it? I just had it. You know that feeling? It was just here. Where is it? I don't know. It's gone. That's true. It's lost. I know. Where could it be? Could be anywhere. Maybe it'll come back. Maybe, but not yet. Where do these things go when they're lost? There are some things I don't even care if I get them back. I just want to know where the fuck they went. And losing things is one of those things in life that's even worse when you're a child. Much worse to lose something when you're a child, because people get on you for it. Not only is the item gone, but you're catching shit from up here. You what? I lost my yo-yo. Well, where did you have it last? Hey, if I knew that I'd still have my yo-yo. Well, it must be somewhere. Right. Well, it just didn't get up and walk away. That one always got to me. It just didn't get up and walk away. One time I lost the cat. It just got up and walked away. And she almost said it. Well, it just didn't get up and... Ahem. Ahem. Hey, Ma, I think you figured this one out. Where do things go when they're lost? You know what I think? I think there's a big pile of things somewhere. I think there's a big constantly changing pile of things that are lost. You lose something, swoosh pop. It goes to the pile. Then you say, oh look, there it is. Wub wub wub, right back from the pile. And you didn't even know there was a pile. And where is the pile? In heaven, of course. Has to be in heaven. That's the first thing that happens in heaven. They give you back everything you've ever lost. That's the whole meaning of heaven. You get back everything. Here you are. 79 pairs of sunglasses, 212 unmatched socks, 3 really expensive earbuds, 105 cheap knockoff earbuds, 4,983 ballpoint pens, and here's a jockstrap we found on the Millennium Bridge. It appears to have mule hoof prints and chocolate sprinkles on it. Must have been quite an evening. Yes, you get back everything. You get back everything. Well, not everything. You don't get the big things back. Your dignity. The user agreement for Facebook says they get that in perpetuity. Your tonsils, your appendix. They keep those for display purposes. Virginity. You don't get that back because you're in such a hurry to lose it in the first place. But you get back all your wallets. You get back every wallet you ever lost. No cash. It's just like Earth. They keep the money as a prayer offering. Speaking of heaven, you know what else they have in heaven? They keep a list of all your forgotten passwords. We have some nice simple ones here. Secret, too cool for school, password, Drowse app. Oh, that's password backwards. How clever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. QWERTY, I love you. Hello. Let me in. And we also have some alphanumeric ones. Nipple for you. Sex 69. Do me from behind too. I type one-handed. My, what were you using these for? Unfortunately, they keep permanent backup of all your deleted browser history too. So, yeah. Let's get back to losing things. Have you ever noticed some people when they lose something, the first thing they say is it was stolen? That's their first reaction. Who stole it? It's an ego defense. They can't stand the fact they might have been stupid enough to have lost something. Had to have been stolen, even if it's something nobody would ever really want. Hey, who stole my collection of used bandages? And they also got away with my nude pictures of Steve Buscemi. Did you ever notice this? When you've lost something, that the longer you look for it, the stranger the places get that you're looking. You look in the strangest goddamn place after a while. You have to. Why? You've already looked in the easy places. Those are the first places you look. The obvious places. People say to each other, well, I've looked everywhere. Well, apparently not. Goddamn thing is still gone, isn't it? Let's keep looking in obvious places. I'll look in the furnace. You check the cesspool. You look in the strangest places. Did you ever look in the freezer for your car keys? You have to. Why? They might be in there. Wouldn't want to pass up a nice obvious place like the freezer, would you? You can picture them in there. You can see them. That's what the mind is for. Picturing where you left your car keys. You can follow the logic all the way back to the supermarket. I came out of the supermarket. I had the frozen banana guacamole in my hands. I drove home. Got out of the car with the banana guacamole in my hands. I had my keys in this hand. I put the banana guacamole in the freezer. I probably just dropped the keys in there. Let's go take a look. Oh shit, they're not in there. I could have sworn I left those keys in the freezer. And hey, who stole the frozen banana guacamole? You look in the strangest goddamn places. Did you ever find yourself looking in a suit you haven't worn in 10 years for something you just had 15 minutes ago? You have too. Why? 6 more pockets. Wouldn't want to pass them up. By the way, while you're in the closet, check the watch pocket of your great-grandfather's World War I uniform. You just might have handed him the keys before the Battle of Verdun. Here's another thing that happens when you're looking for something. Ever notice you'll be looking for something? You might be out in the garage checking in the glove compartment of the lawnmower, and every now and then you'll go back to where the thing ought to be. Right from the garage you go back and look in the top drawer. Nope, not back yet. You're convinced that St. Anthony will bring those keys back while you're out in the garage. And of course, if you're looking for car keys, your pocket is one place you have to look 600 or 700 times. You will wear out the cloth in your pocket. Oh geez, they're right here, and usually, I'll put them in here, but no. Hold on. No. Wait a minute. No. Maybe. Wait. Hold on. Maybe they fell up. Maybe they fell up and stuck to some bubble gum. Well, your imagination runs away with you. Well, those are easy things. Those are common. Sometimes it's an unusual thing that's missing. Like the couch. Did you ever come home and the goddamn couch is gone? Where is the couch? I don't know. It's gone. That's true. Where could it be? Could be anywhere. Maybe it'll come back. Maybe, but no. Not this. Too big. Nothing over 6 feet ever comes back on its own. Well, it was here this morning. Well, of course it was here this morning. There would be no sense in mentioning the fact that it isn't here now unless it had been here this morning. Fuck you. I'm tired of your analytical shit. Why don't you take your logic and go to bed? I can't. Why not? I sleep on the couch.
We, but, you, but,